Hello and welcome to our SENG 637 assignment 4 demo where I, Bhavya, together with Drew, Michael, and OK will demonstrate one surviving mutant and one killed mutant in the original test suite and a recorded Selenium test case.
Hello, this is Drew, and here we're looking at the mutations for the expand to include method of the range class. We're going to look at this one here, the changed conditional boundary. This one survived. So if we go to the method, we can see that it's applied on this line, mutating this less than to a less than or equal to. So now if the value is equal to the lower bound, this statement is executed instead of the else that would normally be executed. However, we can see that it's returning the value and the upper bound, but if they're equal, that's the same as returning the original range. Therefore, this is an equivalent mutation that can't be killed. Here we're looking at a mutation that is killed by our tests. So I've created a new test class here with just this one test to show that it in fact does kill the mutation. So the one we are looking at is this one here, the removed conditional mutation. So if we look at the range expand to include method, we can see that it is also applied on this line, replacing this condition with false. In our test case, we have a range of -10 to 10, and then a value of just under -10. So if this is false, this will not be executed, and instead the else is executed, and then the range does not expand as expected. Therefore, this test fails, and the mutation is killed. Here we're looking at the Selenium tests for the Indigo website. So we're going to look at change account with an incorrect phone number. So we first log into the account, and we then try to enter ABC as the phone number and save it. We then verify that there is an error and that it won't let us do that. We then sign out. So if we go ahead and run this test, we can see that we sign in. We then go to the account page, enter the phone number, and then it does verify and pass.
Hi, this is Michael here, and today I'm going to talk about two mutations that happen within the intersect method. So in this case, as you can see here, the first mutation we'll talk about is remove conditional, replace comparison check with true survived. And in this case, it is actually focused on this particular statement where B1 is greater or equal to B0. So what we do in this case is we need to create a test case in which the condition is B0 is greater than B1 in order to kill this mutation. And that is exactly what we did with our intersects with reverse method, where we're putting B0 equals to a number that's greater than B1. And therefore, we successfully killed this particular mutation, as you can see here. Now, another mutation I want to talk about is the incremented A++ double field upper survived. In this case, this one is also being applied to this particular return statement. However, though, what's the problem with this is that it's a post increment. So anything post increment in a return statement is very difficult to create a test case to kill it. And therefore, in this particular assignment, we cannot successfully kill this particular mutation. So in this Selenium test, we're going to test the actually shopping cart of Indigo. So basically, we're going to assert two things where we're going to add a few items to the shopping cart, and we're going to assert the number of items in the shopping cart, and then we're going to remove all of them, and then to assert whether or not it shows that your shopping cart is empty. So let's get started.
Hi, okay, here I'll start off with a combined ignoring NaN method. In this particular mutation, it says it replaces the return value of range 2 with null. This mutation is killed by this test case we had in our original test suite that takes in a null value for our range 2. Next will be the get cumulative percentages method of the data utilities class. In this for loop, this mutation that replaces the less than operator to the not equal to operator survives because during the iteration of the loop, there is no condition where the value for I is not equal to the data item count. So here with the Selenium IDE, I'll be carrying out a demonstration to test the filter functionality of the Indigo website. This test case filters watches from jewelries in the fashion category, and after the filter is done, it verifies it and then closes the browser. So I'll run the test. It opens the website and selects fashion category. And from fashion, it selects jewelry. And then from jewelry, it selects watches. And then it verifies that the watch filter is active, and then it closes the website. As you can see, the tests ran successfully.
Hello, this is Bhavya. Let's talk about the mutations in the SENG range method of the range class. There are total 43 mutations, and let's talk about the mutation that survived, which is negated double field lower. So this mutation basically negates this value. So this is an equivalent mutation because double dot is not a number, is independent of what value you are passing unless it is not a number. So for example, if we pass 10 or minus 10, it will both result in false. So this mutation is an equivalent mutation and cannot be killed. Let's talk about the mutation that got killed, which is this one. So this mutation basically replaces this whole statement with return false. Even if we supply both values, even if the both values is this dot lower and this dot upper are not a number, this method will still return false. This mutation is killed by our test case this, which expects the result to be true. And because of the mutation, the result is false and the test case fails, and hence the mutation is killed. Now let's see the Selenium IDE test cases. In this particular test case, email preferences, we will first log in, then we will change the email preferences to receive email communication from Indigo, and then finally we will log out. So let's try to run this. All right, so the test cases passed successfully. So that's all for our demonstration. Thank you for watching.